Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I did a video on how to contour and highlight cream and powder. This is the final look that I did. A really nice contour, very easy to learn how to do, and this is definitely for beginners at makeup. And even if you aren't a beginner at makeup and you still haven't mastered contouring, I did nose contouring too. So this is a very helpful video, and I am thinking of starting a beginners series where I do a whole bunch of videos of makeup for beginners and like how-tos. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that. So comment down below and subscribe for more videos. And let's get into the video. Hey guys, so I already have my foundation, my eyes, and my brows already done for this video just for the sake of time, and we're going to start with highlighting. So for highlighter you want concealer, and pretty much you just go 2 to 3 shades up in your concealer depending on how highlighted you want. So this is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in the shade Custard. This is about 3 shades up than my actual skin tone, and I like to mix it with the Born This Way concealer by Too Faced in the shade Medium. This is about 1 shade up. I like to mix these two because I do not like a super highlighted look. And also, you want to choose concealer for your skin type. If you have more dry skin, you want a more hydrating concealer. The Born This Way concealer is very hydrating and creamy. And then if you have more of oily skin or you like more of a matte look, the NARS one is really good. It's a very soft, natural matte. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this on the face. You're going to want to do triangles under the eyes. You don't want to bring it down too far, but you also want to make sure it is right at a triangle, kind of touching the end of your nose. So once you finish doing the under the eyes, I like to highlight the rest of my face. So I do 3 lines on my forehead, 1 in the middle and then 2 on the other sides. And then I like to connect that all the way down the bridge of my nose. I like to keep it super straight so it makes the nose look very slim when we contour it. And then I add a little bit on my chin. I do not like a very highlighted chin. Then I go in with my NARS and I just add this into kind of the center of the eyes and underneath the eyes. This kind of just gives a more highlighted effect, which kind of lifts the eyes a little bit. So I only keep this kind of in the center of where I put the other highlight. And then I recommend blending out with a beauty sponge. This makes it 10 times easier and faster. This is the Tarte Quickie Sponge, but a brush could work too if that's all you have, but I really do recommend a sponge for flawless finish. To contour, I'm using this Tarteist Pro Glow contour kit, and it has a cream contour at the bottom, and mine is really dried out because I've had this for like a year and a half. But a hack that I like to do is put a little bit of facial oil, or if you don't have beauty oil, I use facial oil, and I just take a tiny drop of that and put it into the contour, and it makes it super creamy, and it blends out really well on the face. So I just put it on the back of my hand just to make sure I do not have any excess product. And then I like to go ahead and draw a line on the hollows of my cheeks. If you do not know where the hollows of your cheeks are, you can go ahead and make like a kissy face or like suck in your cheeks, and then you can kind of see it, or you can kind of feel around for it because you can feel it. It usually starts at the top of your ear and goes all the way down. And then I also like to contour my forehead to make it look a little smaller and to make my face look a little less wide and just bring everything in together. So I'm pretty much just following around my hairline, going around the forehead, and all around the perimeters of the face. Something to make it a little bit easier is if you do a 3, where you start at your forehead, go down the cheekbones, and then go down the jawline in the shape of a 3. That kind of helps people, but whatever way works for you is best. When I contour my jawline, I kind of go up a little bit off my jawline, not directly on the bottom, because I like to add a shadow on the top of the jawline to make my face look really slim and to make my jaw look very cut. And a little trick to make your lips look bigger is to add a small bit of contour underneath your lip. And then for nose contour, you want to be very careful with this because this can be easy to mess up. But I like to take a light hand and the tip of the brush and just really try to create straight lines on the side of my nose where I want it to look a lot slimmer. And then I go ahead and draw a little line on the tip of the nose to really make sure my nose is kind of short and petite. So for brushes, you can use one of these brushes. This is a contouring brush from e.l.f. It's a very short, dense brush that is very straight. You can use a small stippling brush, or you can use a angled brush for powder. I like to use a stippling brush because I feel like this is just a lot easier and makes the product blend out a lot smoother than the other e.l.f. brush. I feel like that just has a way too sharp of a line and it doesn't look very natural. I like to go over my contour with a beauty blender just to make sure nothing looks muddy and to make sure everything is really blended in. And then I go ahead and blend in my nose contour with this beauty blender too. When you are contouring and highlighting, I feel like this is a very important step. I like to take a loose setting powder. You can use a pressed powder too, but I just pour a little bit into the lid and take my beauty blender and I put this underneath the eyes to set the concealer because you do not want creases under your eyes because this will just make you look older and it will just really defeat the purpose of contouring and highlighting. So I go ahead and just press some powder underneath the eyes. This gives a really flawless effect. And also, when you are done using the powder contour, I like to go underneath the contour with powder to kind of cut it out, which you'll see later in the video. When contouring, I suggest high quality products, not necessarily high price products, but you want to make sure the product that you're using is good and it's creamy and it is not very splotchy because you do not want to put contour on your face that is splotchy, that is not consistent. You want to make sure that it has that pigment there and it is creamy and is not going to make you look muddy because once it's on, you really can't really do anything about it. If it looks bad, you just have to restart your entire makeup. So really make sure that you have good products. So what we're doing is pretty much just going over the contour that we already had there with the cream, but with a powder so it sets it, and also so it brings out more pigment because you lost some of the pigment when you blended out the cream. So you just want to go over everything that you already had and you want to blend it out really well. So I'm going to take the middle shade right there and I'm going to take that straight angled brush that I showed earlier and I'm going to use this for nose contouring because it is very good for nose contouring. It has a very straight line and straight angle to it to really make the nose look very slim. So you just want to go up and down with a light hand on the nose to create small little lines. So taking the flat side of this beauty sponge, I'm going to go ahead and dip it into the powder that I used earlier, and then I'm going to literally just stamp it on the face and make sure that it creates a nice line underneath the contour. This is going to give you a nice sharp contour, and if any contour ran down too far, this will just erase it and pretty much just fix any mistakes that you have made. Once you have let that powder sit for a little bit, you can go ahead and take a big fluffy brush. I'm using a fan brush, and you can just wipe off all the powder, and after that your face will look very flawless and you can do the rest of your face makeup, and this is pretty much just how you contour and highlight. And I hope you learned how to contour and highlight, and I hope that you try this out and master this skill because it is kind of hard. So don't get discouraged if you can't get it the first couple of times you try it. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. As I said at the beginning, like, comment down below, and subscribe. And I'll see you later, guys. Bye.